You emerge from your egg, fully formed and ready to survive. Not even 5 seconds pass before your mother releases you, and you and your siblings drift away, alone, into the swamp. She doesn't even glance back. It's as if she already knows that from this moment on, you're completely on your own. No guidance, no protection, just cold, murky water, and whatever else waits beneath the surface. The world around you is unfamiliar. Shadows shift. Strange sounds echo through the reeds. The water is icy and dark, and every movement feels like a threat. You're tiny, barely alive, and you don't yet understand what anything is. But that doesn't matter, because here, in this place, hesitation is deadly. Danger hides behind every ripple, under every log, in every shadow. The air smells thick and heavy, humid and wild. Insects buzz nearby, some harmless, others poised to sting or bite. Twigs snap quietly, almost like whispers in the stillness. You can feel the vibrations through the water, the movements of unseen creatures far larger than you. You're just a baby, but already your instincts are all you've got. And if you thought this was the worst part, you have no idea what's coming next. Baby anaconda. Your first year as an anaconda, you're still just a baby, about 60 centimeters long, roughly the size of a sea turtle. While other young animals run, jump, and climb their way through the world, you crawl slowly and carefully through the thick, wet marsh grass. You're too slow to easily escape danger, but just fast enough to avoid immediate notice by the dangerous jaguars, crocodiles, and giant anacondas that roam this forest. The world around you is a terrifying place full of enemies who see you as their next meal. Birds of prey circle high above your head, ready to strike. Their sharp eyes scan the swamp floor relentlessly. Crocodiles lurk underwater, motionless and silent, their massive jaws ready to snap shut in an instant. Even bigger snakes sometimes regard you as competition or prey. You're small and vulnerable in this wild swamp, where every shadow can suddenly move and every sound makes you jump. Finding food is a mystery and a daily struggle. Sometimes you catch a small fish or a frog, but meals are scarce, and you often have to wait, hungry. Your body burns energy slowly, which helps you survive without constantly eating, but that gnawing hunger remains a constant threat in your mind. Your skin is cool and slippery, blending perfectly with the muddy water and tangled reeds. You slide silently through the swamp, careful not to disturb anything. Every second you must decide, hide, freeze, or move. Every day is a test of your nerves and instincts. You're still young, but the dangers are great and unforgiving. Every moment you stay still, you're alert for the slightest sign of danger. Your dreams must be big, maybe about a future as one of the largest and most powerful snakes in the swamp, because this is just the beginning of your terrifying adventure. Hook 1, but this is only the beginning of your terrifying adventure. Young adult phase, 70s to 100s. You're now a young adult, about 3 years old and roughly 2 meters long. Your body feels heavy and clumsy, as if every movement needs to be forced. While other snakes glide effortlessly and smoothly through the grass, you feel more like a tractor plowing through mud. Being such a giant is tough, and it brings plenty of problems. Moving is a constant struggle. Every twig, every ripple in the water costs you energy. You're slow and awkward compared to your smaller, more agile peers. But that's not the only fight you face. Danger lurks everywhere around you. Predators like jaguars and caimans see you either as a threat or easy prey. And humans? They've often seen you as a monster that needs to be destroyed. Their hunting rifles and nets make life unsafe for you. You're always on edge. Every sound, every movement in the swamp could be the start of an attack. Your heart pounds in your chest, your muscles tense. Is that a snapping twig? A threat drawing closer? You never know when danger will strike, but you always sense it coming. You spot a small fish first. Your tongue flicks the water, tasting every movement as you slowly stalk it, muscles coiled and ready to strike. Just one more moment, then you lunge. But suddenly a young caiman lunges faster, cutting you off. Water explodes around you as the fight breaks loose, jaws snapping, claws thrashing. Pain sears your side as its teeth bite deep. You struggle to hold your ground, but it's too quick. Exhausted and bleeding, you retreat, defeated. The sharp sting in your flank is a wound you'll remember every time the wind shifts or the rain falls. The sharp bite on your flank is now a scar you won't forget anytime soon. It still burns sometimes, especially when it rains or the wind shifts. Even though your body burns energy slowly, you can go a long time without food. Your metabolism is slow and efficient, designed to survive in this harsh environment. But that doesn't mean the hunger doesn't hurt. Often, you sit still for hours, hidden among the water plants, waiting for a chance. Sometimes you catch a big prey, a deer that wandered too close to the water, or a caiman that was too slow. but mostly it's waiting and hoping. You feel the tension in the air, the threat of the unknown, and that makes every day a battle to survive. Hook 2, but that's not all, because it only gets worse. Adult phase and reproduction, 110 to 150. Okay, you're now a fully grown anaconda. You're about 7 years old and roughly 6 meters long, maybe even bigger. Your body is finally fully developed, heavy, muscular, and powerful. You're truly at the top of the food chain in the swamp. But even as king of your domain, life is far from easy. Reproduction, for example, is a battle all on its own. In the vast, often dark and swampy environment, you first have to find other adult anacondas. Easier said than done, since the area is huge and dangerous. When you finally find each other, a risky dance begins. During mating, you're vulnerable. You move slowly and are distracted, making you an easy target for dangerous predators. Every sound, every movement can be fatal. And if that's not enough, the competition among males is fierce. Sometimes coalitions of males form, fighting for a single female, testing their strength and stamina in intense battles that can last for hours. It's an explosive mix of power, danger, and instinct that keeps you constantly on edge. You might wonder, how could it get any worse? Well, the swamp itself never lets you rest. Floods, changing water levels, and the rare but ruthless visits from humans make an anaconda's life even more chaotic and risky. And this is just the beginning of your adult life in this wild and unpredictable forest. Hook 3, but that wasn't the worst event yet because the real danger lurks elsewhere. Senior anaconda life stage, 150 to 190. You're now an old giant of the swamp, around 12 years old and over 6 meters long. For years, you were the undisputed king of this marshy kingdom, strong and dominant. But now you begin to feel the years slowly wearing you down. Your body is no longer as flexible, your movement slower, and your reflexes less sharp than before. The swamp feels less like your territory, and more like a place you must navigate with caution. You notice the younger anacondas around you growing stronger and faster, while you must fight to maintain your place. Prey is no longer as easy to catch, and dangers seem greater than ever. Your body carries the scars of past battles, and you feel the pain of old age deep in your muscles. One day, during a search for food, you are ambushed by a massive crocodile. This old enemy, powerful and hungry, has no respect for your status or age. Despite your experience and strength, you are no longer the cunning hunter you once were. The crocodile strikes hard, grabbing you with its strong jaws and dragging you into the water. The fight is fierce, but brief. The years have made you too weak to escape. Your final moments are filled with the knowledge that the end is inevitable, but you take pride in the long life you have led, the swamp you have dominated, and the countless dangers you have survived. Your body slowly sinks into the dark water, the last chapter in the harsh but impressive history of a giant anaconda. Climax and absoluting 290 to 200. Life as an anaconda is tough, but out there's an animal with it way worse. Trust me, it's wild. Watch the video and see for yourself.